Genesis X Gran Racecar in VR. Hello there everybody and welcome to OpenFed Gaming. You're listening to the OpenFed. We are driving a Genesis X Gran Racecar in a World Touring Car 900 race. We're driving at the Nürburgring GP and we're doing 10 laps. We started 20th of 20 cars and we started with a rolling start. Now 10 laps are going to take a little bit of time to do, and we know that nobody on the track at the moment can do all 10 laps on one tank. So we do have to go in for fuel at one point or another, and that's okay. Now normally if I knew how much fuel the car used, which I don't, I used to go 6 or 7 laps and then do 3 or 4, but everybody's got their own strategy and there is no right or wrong. But because I'm not quite sure how much fuel this car is going to take, I'm going to split it right down the middle and go 5 laps. Having said that, the first thing I'd like to talk about and let people know, remind them, mainly myself, is where the pit stop entrance is. Now if you can see where the exit is too at the same time, so much the better. It's kind of nice to know where you're coming out, so you know if you're not coming straight into a turn where you have to slow down when you come out of the pits. Anyhow, as we're coming around the corner here and up to the top here, we're almost at the end of the first lap. So when we're coming around the corner, if you look to the right hand side, you can see the pit lane right there. Okay, so don't forget that, because there is nothing worse than you're in the fifth lap and you gotta go out for fuel and you don't know where the entrance is. Now the exit is just past here on the right hand side there, and it's right before this turn. So be aware when you're coming out of there that you gotta make a sharp turn to the right. Okay, so these are a few things that you gotta keep track of. Now this particular car, it's in its right class. I never did no adjustments on it. I didn't tune it. I took it out of the garage and I started racing. And this car is equipped with a motor that will give you ludicrous speed. It's just absolutely insane. When you step on it, this guy just flies, you know. Now, when it does that, the one thing you got to do, you got to remember, when you get to a corner, it's easy to overshoot. And when you go into a corner, it's easy to spin up. So keep that in mind, that you do have to respect the corners and slow right down. Okay? Now at the same time, you got to keep count of your laps. Now we're in our second lap, but I have no idea how many cars we've passed, and there's really no point in counting the cars, because everybody goes into the pit stop for fuel at different times. Everybody has a different strategy, so you never know what position you're in. But when we go in for fuel, when we take our break, we'll have our display on and we can see how our tire wear is and how much fuel we've actually used, and could we have gone another lap or not. You know, it was suggested to me a while back to turn off the heads-up display, the HUD, and my driving line, because it would make the immersion feel a lot better for not just the driver but also the people looking at the videos afterwards. And I did that. I've never looked back, and I really enjoy it, having it right off. Now with everything there are pros and cons, and one of the cons is not knowing your position on the track when you have the HUD off, which is a con, but the pros far outweigh that one little con. So I'm not going to worry too much about it or spend any more time talking about it. Let's get back to the race, and we are now in our third lap here. And these, like I said, these laps are decent length, but they're going to go by really quick because we are really ripping around here at a high speed. Okay, so this car, now one thing I really like about this car is the rear view mirror on the dash that goes right to full width, almost the full width of the dash, the cockpit area anyhow, and it looks absolutely awesome. And when you pass cars, you can see them in that little rear view mirror on the dash, and it looks so cool. Anyhow, we gotta keep ripping and try to pass as many cars as we can, because there are 20 of us on the track And there are a few places on this track where it's not that it's easy to pass, because I'm sure if I had a car that was a little slower, it wouldn't be so easy. But this car takes advantages of a few sections on the track where it's easy for this car to go and pass cars. This here section is one of them. You can see there's cars way down the road there, but it won't take long for me to catch up to those guys. You know, you step on, but you got to remember there again. You got to remember when you come over here, it's a tight turn, and ooh, this was a little. Well, that was not too bad. Now, every once in a while, the OPAFET's memory is very short. It doesn't even last one lap, because there's a few corners that I keep spinning out a little bit. I come out of the corner and I throttle up a little bit too soon. And when you do that, your back end will spin around. But I catch it every time, just in time. So when I do that, I tend to drive a little bit slower, because I'm worried about spinning it out. Because if you spin it out, you'll go around in a circle, you end up going off the track. It takes you, if you can get back on the track, a good 4, 5, 6 seconds before everything is done. If you can't get back on the track, the game will put you back on the track, but you get a penalty. And you're moved back so far in position, you don't really want to do that. So the better way to drive is slow down a little bit around the corners. And that's okay. Everybody has a different strategy, and everybody is right. Nobody is wrong. There is no wrong way to play this game. That's the part that I really like about it, is you can do what you want. If that's the way you like to play, that's the way the game is going to be played by you, and that's okay. I like this section here. You see, I like ripping by them like that, if the chance is there. But then you got to slow down real quick for the corner, because otherwise you'll overshoot the corner and run off the track. Okay? So you got to keep everything in mind, and other than that, this race is absolutely fantastic. And sometimes I used to shy away from the races that had more than 5 laps. I didn't like having to go in for fuel. It was a little harrowing, but I started to get used to it. I pushed myself to do them anyhow. I started to get used to it, and I really started to enjoy it. And now I do them all the time. Whenever they come up, I go and race it. And sometimes I race them with different cars. This particular race was just absolutely fantastic with this Genesis X or Genesis 10. I'm not sure which way they call it. Anyhow, we're ripping around here, and I think we are in our 5th lap now. When we go around, we're going to go in for fuel. And when we go in, even if our tires are not that worn, we're going to, ooh, there's another little slip. We're going to change the tires too, because we're in the pits. We might as well come out with fresh tires, you know. And for the amount of time that it takes to do it, it's not that big. So we're ripping by another one here, and it's just, now look in the rearview mirror. You can see him. He's right there on your tail. What an awesome race. I really, really like this one. It's the graphics are stunning, and this car is just absolutely fantastic to drive in VR. There is no second to this car, I think. Not that I have found yet, but I got a lot of cars in my garage at my disposal, so I can take my pick. Now, as we're ripping by this guy, we go through this little S-curve, and then we're in the pits. And we get to take stock and see if, oh no, sorry, we got a little bit further to go. I was getting ahead of myself, see? I like to win the race in the first lap, and I like to be in the pits long before I should be. That's okay. It's all part of the game, and it's all part of the fun, you know? Now, here is where we're going to be going up the hill and that little S-curve, and then we're in the pit stop. And we get to see where we're positioned, what spot we're in. Oh, we kind of didn't take that corner all that well, and lost a little bit of control in the spin there. Got to adjust for that for the next 5 laps. Here we are going in. We're gonna change our tires. And we about a quarter, maybe a little bit over a quarter used on the tires. We came into the pit stop number 4. Now we're 5. I'm sure we're gonna drop a little bit more yet. and that's okay. We've got 5 laps left to go, so we've got lots of time. Come on, boys, let's get the new tires on. Boy, these guys are quick. Now we're fueling up. As soon as we're full, we're out of here. Okay, now we're leaving in 9th place. That's not bad. We've only got 8 cars to pass. But there again, it doesn't really pay to count the cars that you pass, because you could pass 1 car and the other 7 could be in the pits next time around to get the fuel, and you could pass them all in 1 lap. So, which is, but you would never know because we don't have the display out, and that's okay. But things like that don't usually happen anymore because the cars are spread out over the track. So we're just gonna race to the best of our ability in our first lap here, and we're gonna catch up to the next guy and pass him, and we're gonna keep doing that until the 5 laps are gone, and then we'll find out at the end if we won the race or not. In the meantime, we're gonna enjoy this. So we're catching up to this guy here. Now, this here section, I love passing in this here section. They really slow down for some reason. I don't know why. So if they slow down for you like that, just go by them. I mean, even if you prefer to have a car as a pace car in front of you, don't wait for him. I mean, if he's going fast enough, that's okay. Ooh, there again, see? Still haven't learned to slow down around those corners a little bit. I'm gonna run off the track yet, only time will tell. So that was lap number 6 as we're coming up to the top here, and we didn't see a lot of cars on the track. So I'm wondering where the rest of them are, and as we're coming up around the corner here, we don't know if they're in the pits because there's no sign of that says, hey, OpenFed, 5 cars in the pits. But we keep going, and we have to push it because we know we're not number 1. Not right now. So we have to push it hard until the race is over and see if there's any more cars that we're going to be catching up to. And I'm pretty sure we will be. I'm pretty sure we will pretty quickly see another car on the track. In the meantime, we get to use the full width of it. Try to go as fast as we can. Slow down a little bit around those corners though. And when we come around the corner here, unleash the beast again. I'm just amazed by how fast this car goes, but boy, you have to pull it back real quick because the corners come up real quick. And when you're going that fast in this car, she starts to become a little bit hard to handle. If you're going straight, you're okay. But once you start hitting corners, you got to bring her back. Now, I saw a couple of cars up ahead there. Just up around the corner. They're just at the top there. Okay, so we're going to be catching up to those 2 pretty quick. And we'll be passing them somewhere around the grandstand, I would suppose, by the time we catch up to them. Unless they go into the pits for fuel. And if they go into the pits for fuel, we still pass them. So we still put them behind us. Now this is, let me see here, but I do believe that this is lap number 7 that we're finishing. We've got 3 laps to go after this one. That little blue car, I do believe he's going into the pits, but there's a couple of cars in front of him that are still leading me, over fast. See, he's gone off to the right. Now, I don't know if those other cars did or not because I couldn't see up here, but once we come around the corner, we'll see if there's anybody on the track. No, see, they kept going. You just see them way in the distance, but that's okay. Because we need a little bit of competition there. A guy coming out of the pits. It's nice to be able to chase somebody down. It's like having a pace car in front of you, which is really nice because then it tells you exactly, it shows you how hard you got to push to catch up to the lead car. And I always try and look at the guy in front of me as the lead car. That way, if you catch up to him and you pass him, now you know you are either in the lead or you're trying to catch the next lead car. It's a silly way of looking at it, but it seems to help me, you know. And I really like you know, like my strategy used to be when I first started playing, you gotta win in the first lap, you gotta race faster, you gotta go faster into the corners. And I had a lot of trouble. I overshot the corners, I would spin out, I wouldn't win very many races, so you can't drive like that. That's not a lot of fun, because not only do you get a lot of accidents, you don't win, and none of that is fun. So I slowed down a little bit. And I found out that when I slowed down, especially around the corners, the straights you don't worry about. But if you slow down around the corners, you will post better lap times. And if you're using the full width of the track, of course, you gotta go from side to side. You'll post better track times, and it's more fun because the drive is fun, the competition's fun, and you win more races, and that's always fun. I mean, there's nothing more fun than winning the race, especially after a 10-lapper of heavy driving here. Now, we haven't seen a lot of cars in a little while, so I was thinking maybe I was the lead car, but all of a sudden there in front of us, we see one for sure. Was there another one there? Yeah, there's two cars in front of me there for sure. So my thinking at this point, heading into lap number 8, yeah, that's lap number 8. I'm number 3. So that's my mentality. So if I catch up to this guy, I'll be number 2, and then I'll be number 1. Now, for all intents and purposes, these could be cars I've lapped, because I know I've passed this guy before, but I doubt if I lapped him. But it doesn't matter. You caught up to him, pass him, and keep going, because if you didn't lap him, at least now he's behind you. If you did lap him, that's okay too, because he's still behind you. No matter how you look at it, if you see a car in front of you and you can catch up to him without driving off the track, do so and pass him. Because that way it just ensures to you that you're ahead of them, and that either you are number 1 or you're closer to number 1. So as we're coming around the corner here, we got that big long straight down here, and then long straight going up, and that will be the end of our, that's our 8th lap. No, that's our 9th lap. I'm sorry, I was wrong. This is our 9th lap that we're in. We got one more to go after this, and that's the end. That'll be the end of the race. So we might not see any more cars, because I think we are in the lead. Anyhow, as we're coming, oh no, we're not in the lead yet. We can still see a car up ahead of us. Now we are in our 10th lap. What an awesome race this has been. Just absolutely fantastic. You know, the graphics are stunning, the gameplay is great, the car drives fantastic if you just make sure you slow down around the corners. Lots of speed, and it looks gorgeous inside. A really, really good race. I really enjoyed this one. I'm starting to enjoy the longer races a lot more. Now we got to catch up to this, I believe, a little Nissan Skyline or something like that. But he's not going to be much of a problem for the Opafet, because as soon as we get around the corner here, I think we're going to take care of him, and we're going to run her into the last half of this lap, because I think he was the last car. I really don't. Now, and the weather is starting to turn bad too. It's starting to turn a little bit cloudier, so we're going to have to hurry up. Yeah, there's just a few clouds. It's not too bad. We're having a great time today running this race, trying to outrun any rain that might show up, but I don't think that's going to happen. Really, really enjoyed this one. This one was fantastic. I hope you enjoyed it as well, and if you did, give us a thumbs up. Now, we got some really good races coming up, and we've even got some SnowRunner videos coming up for a change of pace. So if you don't want to miss any of those, hit that subscribe button, and you'll be sure to see them. Anyhow, until the next time when you come back to Opafet Gaming, which I hope will be real soon, we'll be doing some more racing. For today, until the next time, you've been racing with the Opafet.